Yeah, I'm trying to get the guest link. Ah, got it. If what? Are you hearing me? If what?
On the live contextual menu, there's something that says invite a guest.
Again, okay. All right, folks. Just sit tight. We're coming in a few minutes. I'm just getting everything set up. And Yeah. Check and see if I'm there now. See if I'm there. Oh, here we are. Okay. All right. Check and see. Huh? You hearing me? You hearing me there? Okay. So I was on the wrong. Yeah. Angle my camera a little better here. Like this. Is that better? Okay, so from time to time, that's all. I'm just checking everything and setting up everything. Okay, I'm getting a guest here. Hey,
Hello.
what's up, brother? How you doing?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Yeah. So we're done setting up. Whew. 1 second. Let me just see what's going on here. Okay, so that's yeah. All right, so I'm going to have a weird setup. Samuel, just give me a few seconds. Let me just try to prioritize the way the screen is.
No problem. No problem.
Okay. Just how is post comment layouts? Let me try. About this. No, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Okay. What is this? No, no. He's there still. I'm just trying to. This is layout again. Okay, so on Instagram, we're having a problem with the layout. So y'all will only see me properly on the layout on Instagram. But I have Samuel from Giga, who is esports. This first layer. This one. All right, so there's a little bit of a delay. All right, so Samuel, okay, maybe that would work. How's that look on Instagram there, Renee? All right, Samuel, could you come a little more to your, was that right? Come more to your right. So you're going right at the edge of your frame so that people could see you. Yeah, go a little more.
Good.
More. Yeah, more. Go to the edge of your frame, like halfway off, like right there. Go a little closer. Bam! A little more. Right there's good. So I'm seeing you here now.
Okay.
All right, so that's as good as we will get, Samuel, on Instagram. But if you want to see the full thing, you'll see it much better on our YouTube channel. And I'm not seeing it streaming on LinkedIn, Renee. I am seeing it on Twitter. So if y'all are watching on Twitter, just say why. And if I'm not seeing anything on Telegram, so I don't know what's going on. I am okay. So let's get it going. All right. So Samuel is esport. I guess what would be the best way to describe this? Everyone
Uh,
knows what esport is. Esport is your electronic gaming, that kind of lifestyle. So Samuel is an esport promoter and entrepreneur based in Guadeloupe, and their company and their organization is partnering with Cannock for the Caribbean Games. So, Samuel, if I missed anything, you could probably jump right in with a correction right now and introduce yourself to the GameCon community, please.
Okay, thanks for the invitation. I'm Samuel Johnson, as you said, president of Association Giga Games, the Federation Esport of Guadeloupe. Yes, this year we have a partnership with CANOC, Caribbean Association of Olympic, um, for the first Caribbean game in Guadeloupe, end of July, beginning of June, end of June, beginning of July.
Okay.
Yes.
You on mute there, Sam. You on mute.
I
Yeah,
mute.
you're back now. You're back now. Right. You're back now. Go ahead.
It's good.
Yes,
Yes.
your
Okay.
audio is good.
Okay. I said I'm from Guadeloupe of Giga Games, the
Yes.
Federation Esport of Guadeloupe. On this year, we have a partnership with CANOC, Olympic Community of Caribbean, about the first Caribbean game in Guadeloupe, end of June, beginning of July. It's historical moment. The the marriage between Olympic sport and e-sport.
Right. So one of the questions I
Mhm.
had, and I posted this in the on Twitter, was why is CANOC, which is the Caribbean Association of Olympic Committees,
Mhm.
why is CANOC, which is based in traditional sport, why is CANOC bringing in esport into the first edition of the Caribbean Games? Explain that rationale to me. I don't get it.
Yes,
You
yes,
tell
yes.
me. Yeah.
Okay. As you said, around the world, e-sport are very, 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 very explosive. And for example, um, in the Caribbean area, they have many talents in e-sport. They have world champion from Dominican Republic. They have European champion from Guadeloupe and Martinique, such champion from Barbados or from Jamaica. Um, I think the Canuck think as Asian game, as Pan American game. The esport have the places in the sport world because as traditional sport, esport um, people from each country can shine this country with esport. For example, people of Trinidad can shine Trinidad and Tobago with athletic, with basketball, with swimming, but with esport, um, e-athlete can shine their country too. More than some esport discipline have more popular that traditional sport. They have many people who see e-sport, many people they encourage it e-sport, family, parents, sisters, brothers. Um, the people like to win a champion of his country, win for the countries on e-sport, win for the country in sport. I think it's very important to have a signification, to have promotion for sport, promotion for esport, and more than some esport discipline now have more rewards than traditional sport, as you said.
One,
Um,
one, mhm. Go ahead.
mhm. I think for this first Caribbean game, it's a begin a point to the future. I think for this year, Caribbean with an example for the all America zone to integrate esport in the Olympic movement. It's the kids in Asia. I think Caribbean will push the esport and the sport to bring together. As sport, esport bring people, esport bring nation, and I think it's important.
Right. One of the things that I have a big problem with is, for instance, right,
Mm-hmm.
the prize list on the esport component of the Caribbean Games.
Okay.
The the Ponce, Puerto Rico track and field meet, right,
Mm-hmm.
which is a World Tour silver, um, Continental Tour silver meet. The top prizes for the esport at the Caribbean Games is significantly more. It's 400 euros more
Okay.
than the Ponce meet. So what
Mm-hmm.
you're saying is that you're not going to pay our young aspiring Olympians. You're not going to pay our young aspiring world championship competitors. You're going to just give them a medal as their incentive.
Yes.
But
Yes.
you're going to pay somebody who's going to play Tekken.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand. You see, for me, no, I love gaming. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
saying that it's not. It's a global multi-billion-dollar industry with literally billions of people probably paying right now. So
Yes.
I'm not against gaming. I'm just trying to figure out where the investment is. Why are we putting so much emphasis on something that clearly doesn't need a push? You know
Yes.
what I mean?
Yes. Yes. I understand what you said, but um, you can say for the Caribbean game, they have two separate organizations. We are associate but different organization. Giga Games, it's the organization for esport separately for the organization of the sport part to the Caribbean Games. On the esport part of Caribbean Games, name Giga Games Canuck Esport Series. On the sport part of Caribbean Games, name Caribbean Games. Um, I think it's not a problem. They have money prices, cash prices on the esport, and no cash prices of the traditional sport because each have um, them their proper own organization. And I think, as said the president of Olympic Committee, um, this first esport part it's maybe on the involvement for the future Caribbean games, maybe to have two cash prices of rewards. I think the Caribbean Games sport part is the same organization to Olympic movement. For the Olympic movement, there's medals, not directly cash prizes, but I think all sport organization have the same organization, but sport in generally have an other organization. But maybe in the future, Olympic movement and esport movement will have the same organization, the same practice for prices for rewards. But for now, it's that.
Right. One of the um, One of the questions as well that I have is, where is the sponsorship from the globally multi-billion-dollar franchises, EA Sports,
Yes.
EA Games? Where is the investment coming from? Usually, with, let's say you have a major esport um, weekend, a tournament. Let's say you have a FIFA tournament.
Mhm.
They put a lot of money into that.
Yes, many
Are we
money.
s- are we seeing?
Dota have many money too.
Indeed, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So exactly. PUBG. There's so many different things, But let's ask a question: where is the investment from the global esport community? Where's Xbox? Where are the platforms? Where's PlayStations and this? Where are the titles? Are they coming in with an investment into this project?
Yes. In esport movement, um, the big organization of esport have the chance to the publisher, as Namco, as EA Sport, as Riot, but push the competition of their game. The publisher give many money to promote their game. And it's that they have many big prizes on sort of esport tournament, as Fortnite, as FIFA World Cup, as eFootball World Cup, as Dota. They have many million of dollar on Dota. But I think for some enterprise, have network enterprise, have soda enterprise, it's it's very benefic to promote esport, because esport have many viewers. When you have an esport tournament, they have people in the room of the event. But they have many people on internet, on broadcast, on stream, to see the event. I think it's that they have more and more many enterprises who give money to organize a esport event. But um, I think uh, in the general sport, the viewer is less, more year per year. Only football, only soccer have a popular viewer, but on basketball too, Super Bowl too, or the boxes too.
Mhm.
But the over traditional sport, um, it's down. On
What?
its sports, it's up.
Yeah. One of the things that for me is a issue. Now, I was involved with helping promote in the very early stages. There's a Caribbean esports tournament here back in 2004, between 2004 2006, and that was a project called Arena, run by one of my good friends, Topper, Kenneth and Laborde. And very early, what we saw was a lot of the tech space, the broadcasters, the ISPs, all of the internet people, all of the retailers. They came in and they got involved very early in this. Um, One of the things that was missing was, how do we build our project outside of just the consumer side? You press in your game, all right, cool. But how do we create a Caribbean platform, a Caribbean franchise, a Caribbean game set, a Caribbean based environment where, like, let's say
Yes, I
a
understand.
multiple world, like lineage 2, like these are things that I think we have, that those franchises here. I think we have that intellectual property here in the Caribbean. Are we seeing institutions like yours, organizations like yours, driving to see Caribbean content, Caribbean intellectual property on that global stage?
Yes, yes. Our mission of from Giga Games and from other friends from Caribbean Federation, we have created in 2 years ago the CIFA, the Caribbean Esport Federation Alliance, with 12 countries for the beginning. We have Guadeloupe, Martinique, Trinidad and Tobago, Jamaica, Cuba, Haiti, Venezuela, Colombia, Suriname, and St. Lucia. And the goal of this organization is to promote Caribbean esport and to recognize of the government of each island of Caribbean the potential of esport for young people, for adults, and for generally for the people of the countries. Um, Day by day, I think with our action, um, we will organize the world of esport of Caribbean to have um, a big team of Caribbean, a big reconnaissance of Caribbean player, because they have talent in Caribbean, as Jamaican is recognized in the world as the better runner. But in Caribbean they have good player of esport. They win in USA, they win in Asia, and I think um, the work is very difficult to organize esport, but I think we will I think we will um, benefit month per month, year per month, to this goal. Um, as not only in Guadeloupe, but I think um, different organizations in Trinidad, in St. Lucia, in Jamaica, in Dominican Republic. Um, Now they have federation of esport in each island of Caribbean. In 10 years ago, they have nothing. Just a small organization. Now, um, all countries they organize them to to bring people, to bring talent, to bring people of the country. And I think this Giga Games Kanok Sport Series, associated to the Caribbean Games, it's a nice first step to to promote this chance of organization of esport in Caribbean.
Right. So, all right. Well, Samuel, I think I got a better handle on what you guys are trying to achieve with this partnership with Canuck. And I have my doubts, but what I like to see is opportunities for all our Caribbean youth in whatever sport they play. So certainly, once you guys up and up on it, we will support you. I don't know where the money coming from. I don't know the goals, but you sound like a very committed and passionate person about this esports. So I think we're in good hands. So thanks for joining the feed, and really looking forward to what happens over there in Guadeloupe next month.
Yes, yes, I hope there are many people who supported the traditional athlete, and many people will supported their esport athlete too. I think in beginning of June, in Trinidad and Tobago, with Federation Sport of Trinidad and Tobago, we will have Trinidad and Tobago qualification to select the best player on Taken 7, for the Reason 5, on eFootball and Just Dance to come in Guadeloupe from the Kanaki Sport Series. And I just add for this event not only cash prizes, but they have real medals in gold, in silver, and in bronze too.
Very, very good. Very important. And also, fridge magnets. Make sure you guys have fridge magnets. All right, because I collect fridge magnets. Anyhow,
Yeah.
Samuel, thanks a lot for joining the live, and I
Thanks
believe you
for
cleared
you.
up. Yeah, I believe you cleared up a lot of stuff for me personally. So great. All right, bro. Thanks a lot.
Thanks. Thanks very much. Sorry for my English because I am French.
That's why your French, your English is way better than my French.
Okay.
So thanks a lot, bro. Take care.
Thanks.
All right, so that was Samuel from Gigasport Guadeloupe, and Gigasport is, like I said in the early part of this live stream, Gigasport is the fulfillment partner for the Cannock Caribbean Games, which is coming up in June in Guadeloupe. They are the facilitator for the esport component, and they have uh, a range of games, Forza 5, Tekken 7, I believe, and some other games. And you will get a regular medal and some cash. So you can look out for that. So I'm seeing a lot of people joining the chat, and then I'm seeing like there's only 5 people on the view. I don't even know. So wherever you're at, just put a little logo up, put a little emoji up. Let me know that you're still alive and you ain't just put this thing on to Mama Guy me with something. If you are watching on YouTube and TT Game Plan on Facebook, your comments will pop up here on StreamYard. So I will see those comments here and be able to put this on the live stream directly. But in the Instagram, we don't have that. We don't have that functionality. So I will be watching the live stream on Instagram through another another Instagram profile. Another Instagram profile. So you'd see TT Game Plan comments on the Instagram live stream comments tab. You could jump in. You can, if you want to join the live stream and you want to talk, you can just message me on WhatsApp. You can message me on WhatsApp and we will be able to send you the live link. I just don't want to broadcast it to everyone. My able-bodied Redman sidekick, Chris Gill, still on the road. So, you know, if you ever met Chris, you know he's late for nearly everything unless you pick him up. And even when you pick him up, yeah, make sure he take a poop before you leave the house because that could be real. Anyhow, too much information. Hey, what's up, Mark T? I see you saying things. I ain't even going to say nothing there. So once again, why are we doing this? Hey, you know what? Let me tell you something. My first experience with a computer was an Apple IIe back in St. Mary's in 1983. And in 1984, I started doing computer science or computer studies. And it opened up a world to me. And I've always been very fascinated, absolutely fascinated at what the possibilities are. And I started thinking about television back in 1993. And our first project was called PMTV, right? It was like it's a kind of double entendre. PM because we wanted to do late night TV on TV6 at the time, and Propaganda Machine was the idea, was the actual name of the company, Propaganda Machine Limited. And Propaganda Machine was about using this type of time because I don't function during the day. Plain talk, I really don't. unless I have a lot of coffee, you know. And the idea was always to reach out to people in every way that we can. Some of you all would know me from really long time ago. I was the editor, well, co-editor with my sister Lisa. I hope she's still here. We were the co-editors of the Vox magazine and not the Guardian, and the Sunday Express. And the Vox crew is about 35 to 38 young people at the time, and some not so young. You know, shout out Nazma Muller, shout out to Lenny Grant, shout out to Judy Raymond for giving us that opportunity to really, you know, get into the minds of young Trinidad and Tobago at the time. This would have been in the mid to late 90s up until I left in 2001. Yeah, Maxi Coffee Fire, man. Yeah, thanks, Maxi. You're an idiot. Yeah. So when we had that opportunity, she said she still have her Vox card. You know, hey, let me tell you, I would pay money for. Were you at the Vox crew party? We did a launch of the Vox Club, and the Vox Club T-shirt. Of course, you noticed this one, Team Bygone. If you were there at the stadium that weekend, you would know what this T-shirt is about. Anyhow, I ain't saying nothing. But yeah, it was Team Bygone. But we always tried to integrate several layers of experience. We had the first interactive chat on the Internet Vox. That was the iVox chat, you know. We had a thriving community there. And this is in 2000. Huh? This is 2000. Half of the people listening and watching here weren't even born in 2000, right? And we were the first people to have photo galleries. We were shooting film. Jermaine could tell you. We were shooting film. Robert Taylor. We were shooting film and scanning the negatives. Okay? This takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of computer space. Everyday IT. I don't know if Dale watching. Everyday IT at Express. Dennis, you're taking up too much of the server space. You're taking up too much of the bandwidth. And we had the first Trini scene started months after we did. Internet Vox created a lot of what you see now. We had this idea since back then. When NJ and we all met and we talked about what we want to put out there. We had MP3s, we had photos, we bust some of the biggest artists. So this concept of what I'm doing here right now is something that is in the works decades. But you know, here we are in 2022 and I could go on StreamYard, press one button and stream across all my platforms. Platforms that I've been taking the last 10 to 12 years to build. One like at a time, one follow at a time. This is what this is about. This is not about me, you know. I was famous a long time ago. This is not something brand new for me. I have many friends, some of whom I met online doing things like this. Some of these people that I've known for probably 20, 30 years, I've never met in real life. This is just facts, right? And these are people that I talk to almost daily. Yeah, there's who is she talking about? Guitar Dan, exactly, right? So people like Matix, big shout out to Matix. I love what you're doing with OUR Radio. We're going to come there just now. We're talking about that just now too. If you send me the stream link, yeah, I might even do this on OUR Radio, man. Why not? But all of this to tell you, by the time we get to here in 2022, this process has started a long time. So I've been on 5 FM stations. 5. I've been on 5 television stations, right? Chris and I, we did our show. We started doing our show on more 104.7 FM. Big shout out to Robert Amar. And we started back in 2010. Ash Wednesday, was it 8 o'clock? Ash Wednesday night. Yeah. So Wednesday night, 8 o'clock, that's just what we do, bro. That's just what we do. This is how we do this thing. Because I like to stay up late in the night. All 2 o'clock, my mind's still whirling. So what is this about? Let me cut straight to the chase. TT Game Plan cannot survive on only photos. Look up at the top of the corner there, you'll see the Rep 868 logo. We cannot survive on only photos. That's just the facts. So for me to be able to feed my cute, intelligent babies who love to do stuff, love to run around and engage, and I'm talking about the 22-year-old, the 21-year-old, the 7-year-old, and the 4-year-old. The Allen boys love things. They like to eat 3 days, 3 meals every day. We like to eat healthy. So you see my big belly, that's a recent addition, right? Some of you friends will be able to tell you back in the day, it was, I never had abs. Never had abs. I did 3 triathlons, I never had abs. That's just how it is. But I'll tell you this, eating healthily costs a lot of money. And right now, if it wasn't for Sexy Nerd Tech Support by Rennie, trust me, I starve. I'd have been a half of myself. Being real with you. So for me to be able to pivot into a situation where I can make something, a life out of this talent, this idea, this concept called TT Game Plan, we need to stretch every possible platform. And that's where we are right now. So the only way this thing could work is if you share it. Okay? If you share, because I can't share this on these things. I'm talking here, I can't get into that. So I can look and I can see what's going on with the chats, but that's basically it. Share the thing. This is your thing. You win something, like look my boy Eric Harrison. Oh my God. Triple crown at the Big Ten Championship. Big shout out to Eric. Keon also at that meet. There was Leah at that meet. There was Naomi at that meet. Akila at that meet. Jaden. There was Kashif. And we need to understand that those are performances. We nearly had 3 trainees from 3 different Division I NCAA schools on the podium. We nearly had it, right? So when we start to think about that, for a lot of people, they're only finding that out the first time here, right? So a lot of what we try to do, a lot of what I personally try to do, a lot of what Carissa Barboa video, what we do with Jermaine, with Robert Taylor. Listen, my crew, the people who are committed to this project, full 100. Larry was on a little while ago, but you know, Larry's a fella like to keep quiet in the background. Enough respect, Larry, I know you're still watching. When people understand what we're trying to do, big respect to the Ians on the Saints chat as well. Big respect to Alan, all the guys on there. We are trying to change the world. That's just what it is. But we need you to want to change that world. We need you to want to live in that different world. That's really all it is. You understand? It's not about me. I know I'm good looking. I know I'm friendly. I know I'm charming. I know I have charisma. I don't need to be reminded every Wednesday night from 8 p.m. You understand? The people who know me, who love me, they know who I am. And quite frankly, if I was a different type of personality, I would be comfortable just chilling out, reading a book, reading one of my sister Lisa Allen Agostini's book, Needful Things, Feed the Need, the bread the devil need is a book that will change your life. Read it. Get in there. There you go. There you go. We have private personalities, but public lifestyles, right? So for me, really and truly, it's like I don't need to do this. What I need to do is to get something like this done. TT Sports, if they are people that I have real love and respect for, enough respect, said Josh, when they activate, trust me, I am trying to put things in place so that they will get their full rocket launcher to the moon. Because why? Because I can't do it alone. I can't do it alone. I am a red man, you know. All you see this dark, that's from sun, you know. That's sun. This Morby Brown good looks. It's from sun. It's sun has been taken every weekend for you guys. I might do Sunday though. I will be down there at the stadium, but to watch. I'm a sports fan. I just want to watch. I just want to watch Trinis run fast, throw hard, jump far. That's really what it's all about for me. But I think a lot of people are taking the project for granted because they feel it's just photos now. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I was trying to get a couple other people on the live stream. I am not seeing Sharian. Where is she? Let me see. Can I just paste this? Yeah, so Sharian Blackburn is the president of the Netball Association. We have the under-23s who are going to be competing later on next month in the Caribbean Games, I believe, and Caribbean Games in netball. We also have a major national team, senior women, getting ready for the Commonwealth Games. And some of you all may know I am on several marketing committees, and I try to make sure that people understand, hey, if you can't pay me, no problem. Help me to pay myself. And let's all build this project together, right? Understanding how sport as a business works is really important. That's why I'm doing this. I don't own a radio station. I don't own a TV station. I don't even own this platform, wherever you're watching, because it's some random white person somewhere in the middle or somewhere, and some AI is going to be owning this. But what we can do together while we have this space is literally infinite. Yeah? So let me just take a quick look. I'm not seeing anybody on the Facebook Live. I see some likes. So just want to shout out. Hey, Donnell, what's up? Nigel, what's he seeing, my brother? Brianna, Shakaya, Redman! Hey, y'all remember that thing? Redman! That's when they had the funnel cloud down in Central. Man say, galvanized flying like pigeon. Hey, what's up? How you going? Aiden Joe, what's he seeing? You know, some of the things that we do, y'all will never find out about because we just, like the real G's, we move in silence. You know what I mean? Dorian, hey, what's up, my brother? Hey, Jenna, what's up? Of course, the one and only Sexy Nerd Tech Support. Roses are ran up in the building. Hey, Olu, what's he saying? Hey, you see this fella, Olu? Y'all, this guy, I don't even need to go to Tobago anymore. This guy is shooting up a storm. Enough respect, my brother. I see Malika Kutain up in here. Hey, Kalina 1972. Wait a minute, you younger than me? Okay. Young thing in the house. What's up? The whole Webster clan. Enough respect to you guys. Dylan Woodruff. There's some fast company in here. Michelle Borrell. You need to pick up her book as well. Listen, Trinidad and Tobago, you could read Trinidad and Tobago literature every day for the rest of the year and not read the same page in the same book twice. We getting that sticky. So out there, if you're serious about things, buy a book, read a book, pick up a Trinidad and Tobago author and read something. Not just a sports page, not just a magazine, not just comments on some kind of news before news nonsense. Books. Read books. All right. So I don't know if everybody here still, but thanks a lot for joining in. Enough respect, Olu. Enough love to you, my brother, as well. I tell you earlier, serious, Olu Vision, Olu.Vision Media. If you're a Trinidad and Tobago track and field athlete, you know exactly who I'm talking about. Activate, share everything. Share. That guy is doing really good work. You know what I mean? Of course, Lisa Allen Agustin, you have 57 books that you all need to buy and read. Okay? Paperback, but it is paper-based. Bookstore down in St. Anne's at the Normandy. Enough respect. Hey, Max. What's up, Max? How you doing? Hey, thanks a lot. Yeah, we need to share it. You know what I mean? Hey, Ronaldo, what's up, my brother? Who is Fatters? Enough respect. Save room, Max. Save room. What telling you? Yeah, hey, look. One of the other things I want to talk about is we've got World Under-20s coming up. World Under-20 track and field. The team is still taking shape. I believe the last chance for gas has gone, but we're still trying to figure out who's going to be going to that event. And we also got Pan Am's. Track and field is huge right now. Track and field, there is so much talent. There's so much talent. If you really think about where we were about between London Olympics and Rio Olympics, we had a lot of potential. It just didn't come through and come together on the track and on the field the way we wanted it to. But certainly after Rio, things have been, to put it mildly, sketch. Very unpredictable results, very inconsistent results, and it was cannon fodder for the morning talk shows. You see, morning FMs, whew, that was the most unforgiving audience that I've ever witnessed. Literally, them don't like nobody. And I think we played to the cheap seats with that inconsistency, and I think it allowed for a lot of loss of faith in the fans. Trinidad and Tobago, we only have Tanti, auntie, nene, and granny, mommy, cousin, sister, brother, neighbor, friend, best friend from school. That's who are our sports fans. Except for cricket. Cricket, the stands will fill regardless of who playing once it has rum to drink. Oh, sorry, my bad. Whoa. Now that we may be in a recession, we will start back drinking rum. But for the last 10, 12 years or so, it was, whiskey of Scottish origins. We like to make everything a carnival all-inclusive. That's our approach to sport. But for the young athletes in track and field especially, most of what we do is geared towards achieving a scholarship. If you make it through the meat grinder of college life, maybe one in about 20 or 30 Trinidad and Tobago 4-year graduates competes for 2 years, 1 in 30, for the 2 years after they graduate. 1 in about 50 competes for the first Olympics as well as the first world championships. These are stats that I've been working on. If we understand what a professional track and field athlete makes, we will understand how really tough it is. It's not a lot. You see some athletes driving BM and driving Mercedes and living in a nice house. But you also see the stories where people getting evicted. You're seeing the stories where people living 3 and 4 people in an apartment, sharing rent, buying ramen and tuna. We see it. We see it. The Ministry of Sport is doing what they can. The Minister of Sport does not say, hey, Embert, we need $15 million. So, this is the list. That's not how it works. I don't know how all you get this idea, but that's not how it works. So don't press this thing like if it's Ms. Shamfa Kujo's issue, why athletes and events, and it don't work like that. It don't work like that. So don't get it in your head that that is why sports don't get funded from the ministry. It works. There are procedures and there are processes, and I am now exploring them. Right? We are looking at ways that we can get grant funding for this project so that we can continue. And I did receive a grant. It was $20,000. I'm very upfront and open about what I do and what I get. It was $20,000. I asked for $250,000. I did not get it. But I'm going to ask again next year. I'm going to be like a tick because I think it works. I think the project works. Right? So when I look, you know, Malachi in the building. What's up? Hey, Jacinta, how you doing? Jacinta Fifi in the building. All right, so Jasonia. What is it, Jacinta? My God. Don't jump off the live just because. Yo. But the reality of the thing is this, right? Sports can only happen with funding. Right now, this weekly podcast, we are going to try to get a kind of direct funding. So you know, buy me a cup of coffee. You've seen things like Patreon. You've seen things like super chats on. Let me see what's going on here. Hey, yeah, super chats, things like that. Let me see what's going on my Facebook. Yeah, nobody there. I don't know what's going on. What happened? One viewer. All right. When we trying to do this costs us about 70 US a month, right? So that's 70 US dollars. 100 US at the rate we get it is 750. Let's say 750. So 750 US could mean that this live stream is paid for. We don't have to worry about it. Everything that we need here to be professional, to be well paid, all of that, for this platform to operate, cost us 750 US. Sorry, 750 TT dollars. Put that in. If you want, if you're not a Nigerian prince, I could send you my bank information. I trust Royal Bank to the point where I would put that out there because I ain't no money for you to thief. So if I see anything, it's going to be minus. I'll be like, nah. No, but seriously, message me if you think that you can help support the channel. I'm really looking at a lot of different ways that you can do that. Nicholas Bajan has been doing a very unique kind of style where he asks companies and individuals to sponsor each event that he goes and shoot. So he did it with surfing, and it's simple buy-in, I know, right? His next big project is Barbados Rally Barbados. So you can literally sponsor just the one thing. They buy me a cup of coffee. Literally, if you help me with 20 US every week, I can make everything happen. I could go and cover all of the sports. I can go to all of the different meets. I can go to, and I can put that out there. Every hour that I shoot, I'm shooting about 1,000, no, maybe not 1,000, maybe about 300 photos per hour. So if you see it's a 5-hour meet, I'm shooting 1,500 photos. That takes me 2 days to edit, right? So to make this thing happen, what's up, Les? Les Lab in the building. To make this thing happen, it don't cost $1 million. If I had $1 million, you would see at least $10 million in value. We make everything stretch out here. But the reality of it is 100 US a month could keep the platform up and running, and I can do this every Wednesday without thinking about it. 200 US a month, you'll see more videos, right? 500 US a month, I can pay everybody in my workflow for at least showing up, and you'd see live streams, you'd see social media backed events, you'd see photos, videos, podiums, everything. For, let's say, 3,000 US a month, I can cover every sport in Trinidad and Tobago with affiliate photographers. Guys like Olu in Tobago, I'd be like, yo, it has some on the beach. Well, we don't have Cash App, but let's say there's a Cash App style app, I could send it to you. Hint, 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 right? So let's just say, I see the love, I see the love, I see the love, right? Let's just say 10,000 TT dollars. That's like about 3,000 US. Let's say 3,000 US, everything could get covered. If I got 100,000 US for the year, which is not a hell of a lot of money, right? If I got 100,000 US for the year, we will do the internships, we will do the online training, we will do the workshops, we'll bring in young people at primary school level who have an interest in content creation, who have an interest in sports as a business. We will be able to bring in youth and teenagers. We'll be able to say, hey, you know what? We want to send you to this international workshop for summer or whatever. That's what we are about, right? Me driving a BMW only starts at, let me say, about 300 US, 300,000 US a year. That's when you'll see me driving a BMW. Because after that, it would be like what we would consider profit. So the reality of it is 100,000 to 200,000, you'd see leagues. You would see sports that we love being approached in a whole new way. You'd be seeing things like, what's up, Stinger? How you doing, man? Stinger, you want to join the chat, bro? Let me see. Yeah, what to do? Message me on Facebook, and I'll send you the link. What's up, Mark T up in the YouTube? Enough respect. Message me, Stinger. Message me on Facebook. And I will send you the link so that you can join in, if you want to, that is, right? Simple things like basketball. Right now, basketball in Trinidad and Tobago in a mess. Woohoo! Mess, right? I used to play basketball. I used to coach basketball. I used to be on the schools board. I used to be on the zonal board for schools. I used to be on the National Basketball Federation. And then I get my back stabbed. And then I stop. Yeah, what's up? This is who? Sherry. What's going on? What's this? I'm not seeing this. Sherry, I think you need to have your camera up. I don't know. I'm not seeing you. Ah, okay, I see you now. Good. How you doing? Point your camera, let these people see your good looks now, girl. What you saying?
No, 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 no.
Okay, so this is Sharian Blackburn. She is the president of the Trinidad and Tobago Netball Association, soon to be Trinidad and Tobago Netball or Netball Trinidad and Tobago. And we are we have collectively embarked on a whole. Whew. Sherry, why don't you tell them what we're trying to do with netball?
Good night, everyone. What we're trying to do with netball is reclaim the sport of netball in Trinidad and Tobago. And that means making the sport more visible, growing the sport, doing development, just taking it from the ground up. It's a revamp, more or less. And therefore, we have guns blazing on all ends, whether it be media, marketing, fundraising, training, administration, governance, just name it. Right now, netball is restarting. And we are doing that in an environment where we are also competing. So it's twofold. We are restarting on one end, but yet still we are continuing our competition on the other end. So it's quite a lot that is happening, and we trust that it will grow and people will begin to love netball again. That's what we want. That they will
Right.
love the sport. Mhm.
And it's important to understand a couple of things. One, Trinidad and Tobago women's netball team is ranked 10th in the world. That is not bad. Don't ever think that it got there by magic. Don't
Mhm.
ever think that Trinidad and Tobago netball in a mess. Listen, we batting way, 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 way above. First. Second thing, the aspirations are well within reach. So moving from 10 to top 5, in my opinion, I don't mama guy nobody, yeah? I don't have no time for mama guy. In my opinion, that could happen. And I'll tell you this, we just need to understand that, hey, you see them tall girls in primary school? Stop teasing them. Stop calling them baby giraffe. We need those tall girls. Just me. I'm 6 feet tall. Next to a 6 foot tall girl in a fat who's wearing a 6 inch heel, I look like a smurf. So understanding the value of tall, tall girls, real tall girls, 6'2", 6'3", 6'4", 6'5", the rare 6'6", 6'7". We need to understand that those women are a very specific resource for Trinidad and Tobago sports. It means if we affect their self-esteem, how they view themselves, how they feel about being tall at an early age, it means that they are not going to want to do things like play netball. They don't want to play volleyball. They don't want to play basketball, right? Things like beach handball. I'm pretty sure they could do it about 3 or 4 6 foot women up on that team. Where do you think we're going to get 6 foot, 220-pound women? Where do you think we're going to get them? By teasing them when they're little kids in primary school? We need to stop that. So we have a culture that dissuades our potential athlete pool. You always hear about girls saying, I like training, but I don't want to get strong. I don't want to be too buff. Where my girl Khalifa? she always talks about that on her TikTok. When we talk to a lot of youth, it's already tough, but we keep putting our tall girls in a different mind space. And that's why I think we're losing them, because I see them, huh? I see a lot of primary school girls who could eyeball to eyeball with me, and I'd be like, we should get you on a court. But you know something? How are we recruiting? Are we reaching out to primary schools? Are we reaching out to secondary schools? Shall we jump in and tell me about that part of it?
Oh, certainly. We have established our education partnership team to review the system that we have been operating with in the school system, and that is supposed to inform how we go forward. But it's interesting that you brought up those sports, volleyball, basketball, you know. One of the things that I see netball doing is establishing a relationship with these sports. And a relationship such as when there is a international event or regional, we must be able to go to those sports and identify girls who are willing to learn another sport and teach them netball. And when they need the girls as well, the same 6 footers, we are willing to share. Because at the end of the day, they are all playing under the same banner. And rather than we play in isolation, I think it's time for us to merge, to collaborate on the resources that we have. So we going back into the schools because they have the best structure actually, where we can identify the girls from to move forward. So that's the plan.
Just hold on a second. Stinger, check your Facebook messages. Sent you the stream link there. Yeah, please continue, Shari.
Yeah, so I was saying that the school system is the best place, primary, to start with, to identify girls for transition, to work with, to move through the system.
Yeah,
And
go ahead.
And actually to work along, like I said, with the other sporting disciplines so that they can learn these, basketball, netball, volleyball, all working to collaborating and working with the girls, exposing them to more than one sport. It's so much better when they do more than one sport. It's better for them as well. They are stronger, as an athlete than when they specialize in just one sport. You can always borrow. I remember playing basketball first and netball after and really saying, but netball really easy because I was exposed to basketball first. Netball was like, why they not playing this, a little tougher? And that is because of the foundation I had. So I think that we should go back to that and use that to help us move the sport forward, where we collaborate in order to expose the youngsters to the different sporting disciplines to grow the sport.
Yeah. And it's important that we understand a couple of things too. There are lots of different rules on the court, right? But there is a higher incidence of success if you throw into a shooter who's like 6'5" and over. That's just sense, right? The way the game has evolved though, it's a lot more motion, it's a lot more contact. It's a different game from what I would have been seeing back in the 80s, 90s when I was coaching basketball. We used to play at Raymond Reed Courts, which is where the Napa building is now, Upper Frederick Street area, opposite Memorial Park. So there was the Raymond Reed basketball court, and then there was the Lister Lewis netball courts, and then there was the clay court tennis courts, and then the public court tennis courts. So my sister Sharon, she used to play lawn tennis, and she still does. You cannot take that racket from that woman's hand. It's like fused in there now. And the reality of it is that the public courts down in Woodbrook, it's not the same. Huh? It's not the same. I just don't get the vibe. They used to call the Raymond Reed courts the temple, the Shaolin temple. You used to go carnival fetes, and you're seeing men running out and in the carnival clothes, and they putting down their shirt and they're going and play basketball. New Year's morning, you go to All Year's night, you go to church, and New Year's morning, you're coming in the same church clothes to go and sweat. The culture has changed. But what has also changed is the way that, like, for instance, there's an expectation of pay. And that's a real thing. When I see some of the tournaments, even Republic Bank Youth Tournament have cash prizes for the winners, I'm like, me? I telling you categorically, if you see me do a tournament and it have cash prizes, it's probably because them ganja plants that they're allowing us come in real good. Because it's just not there. If you don't have a shirt front sponsor, you don't have a television broadcast partner, how are you gonna get money? You're gonna ask a sponsor, hi, our operating expenses are 100,000 and our prize list is 500,000. They will watch you and laugh. What if you feel people is just handing you money just so? I think the expectations need to be readjusted. I think we need to really look back and figure out, okay, where did this go? I don't want to say wrong because, yeah, people love to get money in their hand. I like that too. But I think that the realistic expectation of being paid cash prizes, especially large enough that a whole team can say, well, let me buy some Jordans, or let me go and eat some cake or some sushi, or ice cream, and treat my boyfriend, girlfriend, auntie, nana, and whatever. To get that kind of dirty money that you could bathe naked and thing, that kind of money just not going to happen. And the fact of it is, the reality is, it doesn't happen in places where, like in London, in the EPL, when you see the top premier teams making money, but they're heavily indebted. Look at how much Barca owing. Look at how much Real owing. Look at how much money the Glazer family has siphoned away from. Look, we could talk about where funding comes into professional sport. It does not come from going and writing a letter to a sponsor to ask for $500,000 in prize money. So that's not going to happen. But you know what can happen? Really, really nice custom design medals with nice ribbons and things. That could happen. We still need to figure out how to motivate our athletes, especially our top elite pros who may be coming back to Trinidad to play with a club team, things like that. Sherry, talk to some of the realities of how netball is funded. Talk to some of the issues of where that funding is going to come from. Speak some of the truth so that people would understand.
Mm-hmm. Well, the challenge is that netball is one of the sport that is underfunded. How is it going to turn around? How are we going to change that? Um, Through our programs, the plan is to grow the sport from grassroots up to at least semi-pro, and at every level create opportunities for growth and development of the sport. We have to attract um, sponsorship as we go along and grow along. Now, the semi pro level is one of the areas that we definitely want to attract regional players and our players raising their level and be able to obtain funding for playing. Presently, we don't have that. We have never had it. And if we have to move from the level we are, which is 10th, which we plan to, we have to come to a place where we obtain funding for our athletes so that they can see a future and be able to meet their needs to develop to a higher level. So presently, what we have existing is athletes doing a full-time job. And after that, playing netball, representing their country. Now, it may appear as if, okay, that's what everybody's doing. But some of the other countries that are higher up on the ranking chain have greater opportunities, like the professional opportunities, where they can earn an income and makes it, easier for them to be able to transition. We are managing in this time in 2022, and I think our approach is still from the 80s. Very, to me, little has changed in terms of how the sport is managed. And if we really have to compete strong, we have to make adjustments and finances. We need that help to, to raise the level of the game.
Indeed, indeed. Well, seeing Stinger up in the building. What's up, Mark? I don't know. Oh, what's up, bro? Mark, I don't know what's going on. I'm seeing you, but I'm not seeing. I'm not getting to add you. All right. So as soon as you get a chance, let me just adjust this layout. Hold on a second. Is that it? Not this. Hold on. Dun, 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 dun. Layout. Let's see. What's this? What's this? What's this? What's this? This one, boy? Yeah. Well, they ought to watch me, then. All right. And as Mark jumps in, Mark, I don't know what's going on, boy. Anyhow, so I just want to welcome Sting up in the building. One of the things that I want to round out the conversation on netball. Obviously, we have a lot of different things happening. We have age groups. We have men coming into it. Mixed netball is a thing now, but there's also men in netball. I gotta realize we have to accept that, I men who played netball in the 90s were either A, boyfriends of netballers, or coaches or hangers-on on netball teams, or the kind of guys who used to play netball. But today we have men's netball teams. It's a real thing, folks. So talk to me about the different pathway teams. Talk to me about the different, the mixed gender netball. Where are we with all of those things there, Sherry?
Right. So, like you said in the past, men who played was attached in some way to someone who played the sport. But what also existed then was that basketballers came over and played netball too. And that assisted netballers in the growth of the sport. So playing against the tough guys added to our growth and development. Presently, there is a thrust to play netball for men, zeroing in on men coming into the sport, which is different from what used to be. We actually kept men out. We have now opened that door and say, okay, men, feel free to play, compete. And even it hasn't happened internationally yet, but soon enough, men are going to be playing at the highest level.
One
So,
second,
sure.
if you're not speaking, just mute your mic now so we don't get the pickup, right? And listen on your headset if it's possible. Go ahead.
Right. So, the pathway that we are implementing is that we want to grow the sport, have the men included in the sport alongside the women. So we have girls starting from under 11, and this is at the national level, which means that we need to get more boys playing at primary level. Okay, now
Right.
some primary schools do have male teams, and they have had it before the official launch of men being involved in the sport. So where we have co-ed schools and some of them do play already, they compete, but it's not much of them. But we're going to look at that under 11, under 14, under 17, 20, and 23. It's just 3 year gaps, and include them in our pathway for development. We have had mixed tournaments in South. We've had an entire season where men and boys played from the lowest, from the B division right up to the championship. Now, they didn't play alone. Like I said, it was mixed. And we had at least 3 men on the court alongside the women playing in each division. And it added excitement and flair. And the girls were happy to depend on these, the strong guys playing. It really made the game more exciting. So we want to include men not only in a mixed way, but we also want to have them play alone, against us. So, like I said, the pathways, they will follow that as well up to the senior level. And what we have to do, though, is also encourage men to form their organization where they can, be responsible for the men that play under them as well. So that's the plan initially.
Right. Okay, so one last thing before we jump out of the netball. Xavier, yo, my brother. Yeah, we played because it was fun. I'll be real with you. I played netball because I just, liked sweaty girls. Anyhow, that's just being real. Maybe too real. But that was when I was a player. I was a teenager back then. All right. The reality though is I think a lot of what is happening in the sport is going to be uh, changing the expectation that we're going to be Jean Pierre and Lester Lewis, and looking forward to where we would be in the next 2, 3, 5 years from now. Talk to me about the Commonwealth Games team that is being prepared right now as we speak. Talk to me about how those women are faring, and what can we expect over there in Birmingham
Okay.
in a few short weeks, actually.
That's true. Well, we have 2 teams preparing for competition right now.
Hmm.
One is the under 23. They will play in Guadeloupe in the first Caribbean Games under
Right.
Canuck, right? Um, so they are working really hard at competing. They're going to meet Jamaica, Barbados, some of the more familiar teams there, and the teams that are ranked in the region on the higher end. So the competition there is going to be challenging. They are expected to participate in that from the 29th to the 3rd of July.
Just a quick
We
question there.
Sure.
Do we have world rankings for the age group teams as well, or
Not
it's
yet.
only for the federation?
Only for the senior team so far.
Right. So for our senior team, we ranked
Mhm.
10th in the world, but
In the
second in
world.
the Caribbean.
Yes.
Right. So continue.
Right.
Just to add into to the understanding of
Appreciated
where we
that.
at. Hmm.
Yeah. So the senior team is preparing for Birmingham. That is in July, and that's Commonwealth Games. Both teams are working hard in their preparation right now. It's very intense. They're doing some testing at this stage because we are close to wrapping up for the under 23, and the senior will be on the heels of that. So there are some players who will be participating in both competitions. Um, we have some warm up matches that I know that is going to sharpen the team's preparation you know, for the actual competition. That's the senior team. So they are looking forward to that and preparing for that. Yeah.
Right. Well, sounds great. And of course, you will, everybody here, you'll be able to get your information about what's happening with Trinidad and Tobago netball on any of the TT Game Plan platforms. So, Sherry, I just want to say thank you so very much for joining us here on this
Pleasure.
first live. So, as things go and we develop and we get closer to those big competitions that you mentioned,
Mm-hmm.
definitely would love to have you guys back in, and
Looking
maybe we
forward.
can set up some for some of the players and some of the coaching and other administrators. So thanks a lot, Sherry.
Most welcome. Take
All
care.
right. Yeah, you
Okay.
take care. Bye. What's up, my boy? Stinger in the building. What's he seeing? What's he seeing? Kicking it in the Caribbean. What's he seeing, boy? Hey, listen, I have to talk to you about these abs videos you've been posting, right? Listen, I don't have abs, right? And I feel offended when you there flaunting all of your abs all over the place. Listen, this guy has been doing things that I'd be like, how old are you, man? What the? Yo, what's up, my brother? Make sure your mic on. How you going? Yeah, your mic ain't on. Check that mic again. Yeah. Good, good. I'm hearing you. I'll tell you when I'm hearing you. Not hearing you. I'll tell you. I seeing you there, but
Yeah.
maybe, yeah, okay.
Can
Yeah.
you hear me now?
I hearing you now, yeah. That's the strange
Nice.
thing with StreamYard. You had to have, if it's on speaker or if it's on your phone or whatever, you had to make sure. Yeah, so we're hearing you now. What's up, my brother? How you doing?
Man, I'm just living my best life. Thank God for that.
Ain't that the whole truth?
And the apps business, boy, we as at this age we have to make sure that we stay in shape. You
Yeah, let
know.
me tell you right now, you see my hand going a bit. You ain't hear that there? You ain't hear that?
Yeah.
My
Don't worry.
God. Hey.
Remember we're
No,
supposed to meet, man, and we're gonna start doing some training together. So don't worry yourself.
nah, for
You
sure,
inside.
for sure, for sure. I've been contemplating it, and I've reached closer to the spin bike. It's about 10 feet away. I've gotten into a
So
new personal best 9.975
he he what
feet
I'm gonna
away
do for
from the
you.
bike.
He what I'm gonna he what I'm gonna do for you, right?
What's that? Don't tell me you're going to
One.
send no meal plan on anything, eh? Because if it will involve a
Nah.
lot of coffee,
Here what we're going to do.
what's that?
I'm gonna let you come and at your time to train for
Mhm.
3 months.
What?
You don't have to
Listen,
pay anything.
I was
I'm doing
telling
this for you.
Kirby, I was telling Kirby, my attorney, Kirby Joe. Kirby Joe is a brilliant attorney. Go and tag her, go find her
Yeah.
if you need. Don't fight for land and thing. Call Kirby. Um, what I was telling her is that if I do 10 push-ups now, I can't leave the house. Too much girl go
Nah.
rush me. If I shave and too much girl, I can't handle that. I can't handle that. I have a family now. It's like, you know what I mean? Renee from Tobago, she spelled straight. Y'all don't want to get involved in that. No, but seriously. Let me tell you something. I have a weird shaped body. I have arms like an orangutan. So I'm 6 feet tall. I have arms like a 6'4" person, and it's the problem that I have right now is just if I'm being real, I just like food, boy. I like food. I like sugar in my tea. I like
Hold
these
on.
things. I just like them things, boy. I just
I am going to work with you.
watch
I'm
out.
going to work with you.
Listen, the minute all you see, watch this. What going on here? You see this belly go down there? That's it, you know. Can't talk to me, you know. Can't talk to me,
Now,
you
so
know. I'm in Stinger's hands.
believe
That's
me,
what's going on.
I'm going to work with you on we're gonna take it one step at a time. We're not gonna rush it. We're gonna make sure that
I
you,
hear you. I hear
you know, feel safe,
you. Make
comfortable.
sure I don't
And what
die.
you're gonna do, you're gonna enjoy
Yeah.
it. Trust me.
But talk to these people about your two projects, the handbags and the kicking it. Talk to these people. Let these people understand what's going on.
Well, first, I must big up our Hopeful Handbag charity Trinidad and Tobago. See that logo in the back? What we deals with survivors of domestic abuse. You see what's happening in the country, and we are here to help support, to bring some hope, some love. What we do for the female, we full handbags like this, full with everything. See this? Look at this hand. Let me move this in. Look at this
I
handbag
see.
now.
Like you see how you hear that lifting up in the sky just so that I can do that. I would be
Yeah.
embarrassing myself, but that handbag looking full. There's no Hollywood handbag packed with newspaper and thing, eh? Wait, it's still on newspapers?
Nah,
People are still buying
right.
newspaper and thing?
This handbag full of everything that a female, you see inside here, all that
Word,
is stuff
man.
female. And we have
Word,
male
word,
bags.
word.
So once you are a survivor of domestic abuse, what we do, we fill some handbag, bring it to you, a little note, let you know there is hope, and you can reach out to us to get some type of assistance. So that's why we
Wonderful.
here. We're gonna come with some projects. We have counselors if you want somebody to talk to, not me. I'm just if you want to learn. But awareness, some self-defense, how to stop somebody from hurting you. Um, we can do that for you. So, just check us out. We
Wonderful.
on Instagram, Hope for Handbag Global. We on Facebook, Hope for Handbag Charity Trinidad and Tobago, Hope for Handbag Global on Facebook. And I just want to thank Kathleen Miner, our CEO and founder, for Hopeful Handbags. Guys, we're doing so much. We have a garage sale. We're raising funds to put things in the handbags. We're doing food hampers. We're trying to do right now. Our goal now is to get a piece of land to build some safe houses. We're gonna do some stuff for male
Wonderful.
and female.
Right.
In
And
terms of,
it's go ahead.
go ahead. In
No,
terms
you go
of
ahead. You can.
kicking it in the Caribbean with Master Stinger, guys. That program is awesome. We talk about everything from sports, name it, how to encourage people to do the right thing, how to get support and help. And I remember we partner with the police service also, so we have some kind of connection there in terms of getting some type of help. Guys, kicking in the Caribbean start because of sports. We have MMA fighters, we have the karate kids. So I always want to get a platform to promote kids, athletes. One of the things I think around the same, thinking the same way. I always wonder why athletes have to suffer, how it's so hard for athletes to reach to the top in terms of funding. I remember one time one of my athletes who was on a national team, her parents had to borrow, I think, $30,000 to travel, and that really hurt me because, again, after the child come back, the parents now had to pay back that money. So it's very
Word.
hard for athletes out there at any sport. Is very hard because I'm involved with track and field now, and bro, it involved with
Trust
judo.
me.
Some
Trust me.
part of
I know.
Yeah, so it's very hard. So we also in Hopeful Handbags, what we do now, we have 16 athletes that we are sponsoring. We actually sponsor Gabriella Woods, Revere Webster, and they don't have to pay for doctors, nutritionists, and physio, and most important, flexibility is important. So we are doing it for the athletes, for 16 athletes. They are our ambassadors and we are taking care of them. No politics. Anything we say we are doing, exactly they're going to receive everything that we say that we're doing. So that's where we're here. We are here to help. And I know you are here to support us too because, we've
Full
been
100.
chatting. Yeah,
All day,
we've
every
been
day. That's
chatting.
what's up.
Yes, and I have a big project coming. I want to get you involved in that project
Word.
because together we are stronger.
All right. And that's true. One of the things that's going to happen is this Friday is Masters Championships, Masters Track and
Okay.
Field Athletics, and that's down at the Hazley Crawford Stadium from 9 a.m. or 9:30 a.m. I'm going to be there, of course. Full support to our heroes of the past, and certainly some of them not so very past. They're still kicking some tail out there. So I'll be there. Of course, I will shoot a full album of photos, and if I get a chance, if I get another sidekick, I'll do some video as well, so we can talk to some of our heroes of track and field from the bygone era. But certainly on Sunday as well, there's Republic Bank Relay Festival. That's on Sunday evening at the stadium. It's not a hell of a lot of money to come. Come and check it out. I've already spoken to quite a few athletes who have touched base with me about if I'm coming down. I'm going to be there. I'm still not sure if I'm shooting, right? But Sunday morning, the Archery, Trinidad and Tobago Target Archery Federation is hosting a ranking round. Ranking round is basically you shoot a bunch of arrows and the points will rank you. That's basically it. So usually with an archery competition, there are two rounds, the ranking round and then the elimination round. So this Sunday is the ranking round. So I'm going to shoot that. That's down in Central. Listen, archery is one of the most fascinating things. You have to get so many things right, but
Yeah.
it's mental. If your mind is not clear, if your mind is not focused, forget about it. You could have done whatever preparation, you could have the best $1 million technology. If your mind ain't right in archery, forget
Yeah.
about it. And but certainly seeing a lot of the Trinidad and Tobago youth, since we went back out to school, and all of these Rango Tango fight. I see a parent slap up a youth man. I wasn't there. I don't know what's going on. Me, I know what you do, the little youth man. The little youth man allegedly do. Me, no. But I'll tell you this, sir. Hey, look, my sister there, girl. What? Hey, Mark, I kicking you off, boy. Kick from studio. Will be moved. You want the person? Kick us. I'm just going to kick that. What do you think about what's happening with these ninjutsu Chirin? What's going on? Why they fighting? And can we get them into an MMA class? Yeah, man.
What I think, we have to talk to the parents. It starts with the parents. That's the first thing we have to start with the parents, is start talking to your children. I know some parents are doing it because in schools, I am about 3 schools teaching. And I can tell you, these students of schools listen to coaches because we are part of the life. We are important. Coaches around Trinidad could attest to this. We know more than the parents. The parents know 3 years after, but we as coach, they trust us to actually tell us some of the deepest secrets. All right.
True facts.
One of the things that, one of the things that I will basically advise the parents to do is to spend some time, because again, it's a lot of single parents. They have to work and they're not spending enough time with their children. So it's hard for them to keep track of a lot of things. They're always on the social media. They always, doing things unknowing to the parents, because the parents look in the room, oh, he's doing homework, but they're not really actually sit down. How was it day? Hold a conversation, that communication. And fathers, you need fathers. I grew up without a father, so I know. I met my father for the first time in 2002. I was living in Barbados, moved back to Trinidad. And I didn't turn out bad, but it's important to have a father around.
I think we lost Stinger there. Lisa, I just want to welcome world-renowned author Lisa Allen Agostini, one of the luminaries of contemporary Trinidad and Tobago literature. And I want to extend that to Caribbean, and I'm going to extend that to the whole world. You know, Lisa, welcome to the show. Of course,
Thank you.
you know, I just want to jump right straight into it. The needful, the bread the devil need. First of all, love the title. Um, I think I think you had to be living under some rock if you haven't seen this, especially if you've been on my platform. I've been sharing just about everything. But certainly, just in case, there's still one or two little grubs under a rock somewhere. The bread the devil need, very, very troublesome story. Talk to me about what this book is and why people should read it.
Well, so I wrote this novel. It is fiction. I am not like a survivor of domestic violence of this kind. But it is a novel about a woman who she named Miss Ali, and Miss Ali is going on 40, and she lives with this guy named Leo, and Leo is lovely man, beautiful, real sexy and thing, but he is beachy black is white, and it's really a very difficult situation for her to be living in. But she she's surviving, she living, she doing she thing. She works in a place, think of Bang Bang on Frederick Street. She works in a boutique like that. No,
Bang.
serious. Bang Bang on
Right, right,
Frederick
right.
Street. She manages a boutique like that on Frederick Street. And, so there's the girl she works with. And then she's sleeping with her boss who owns the franchise. Well, his wife owns the franchise and the wife owns him. But he does, he does play out. Unbeknownst to the wife, of course. And so she's having this affair with her boss as a way to kind of get some control in her life, really, because when she's at home, her partner, he's totally controlling. What she has to wear, what she eats, just everything about her, he just controls. So her kind of way to get her own sense of control back in her own way is sleeping with her boss. But then, she has these friends that she develops, these friendships she develops, and what really triggers, the kind of activates the things in the novel is that she is at work on Frederick Street in her shop, and she sees this woman come tearing down Frederick Street, and the woman shirt bust open, breast outside, and a man running after the woman with a gun.
Just a second, Lisa. Again, a weird artifact. I'm not sure if it's you. Just say something.
Hello.
Yes, you. Change your mic format to what do you call it, speaker. And let me see if I still getting that. No, don't mute. Change it to speaker. Let me see. Say something again.
I don't know about mic format. I don't know.
All right, here's what. You're blipping off and you're getting a kind of a thing. So what I'm going to do is pop out and pop back in. Let me see if that helps. Yeah, so we getting a little problems there right now. Okay, so we have Stinger, exit solo there. Right. Yeah, we got you back. So Stinger, one of the things you were mentioning there is being an extended family in sport. Some of the things that we've been seeing in the last week or two, some of the most dreadful and frightening accusations about public institutions, sexual abuse of youth and minors. And I think that this is something that we need to be mindful of in sport too. Not every coach is an upstanding human, because men and women are capable of. Men are capable of deeds, and women are capable of just ignoring those things for a lot of different reasons. And I want to know about some of the things that we can do as we wrap the show up. Some of the things that we can do to get safe spaces in sports, some of the things that we can ensure that our youth are in safe spaces in sports. Stay on mute. Yeah, you're good. I'm not hearing you, Stinger. Same problem I think was happening. Yeah, hearing you now. Okay, go ahead.
Yes, you can hear me, right?
Yeah, we good. Yeah, go ahead. You go ahead. You're mute again. So Stinger, let me figure out what's going on there with your mic. Right now you're muted. All right, say something again. Yeah, you're glitching there, bro. I don't know what's going on.
You hear me?
So Stinger, yeah, hearing you, but you're glitching. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do, Stinger, next week show, we're gonna pull you back in and we're gonna talk about that issue because I'm again the feeling that we're gonna be talking about that in Trinidad for some time. And Lisa, of course, I know that your book speaks to the issue of domestic violence in an adult kind of sense, but
also it shows the roots because this woman is willing to accept all kind of things from man because she grew up taking like
growing up exactly.
She grew up with her uncle molesting her, and when you as a young person are exposed to these kinds of treatments and behavior, and you have no voice, you can't. There's nothing like stop. There's nothing like I am able to stand up for myself as a young person. In our culture, young people are told you are to be seen and not heard. This is something you just beat into your trend. You are to be seen and not heard. So how can you as a young person now learn to stand up for yourself? And so she grew up under this regime, and so she continues as an adult. Anyway, so the novel it's kind of grim, but you know what? It's funny as well. And it's beautiful and it's poetic and it has some sex scenes in it that I'm told are kind of some of them are scary, but some of them are kind of warm. And there's some wonderful women's friendships in there. She gets support from her brother. Gee, I wonder how I get that kind of.
I think you just pulled that out of the air there for that one.
So there's a whole universe of, and it's the Trinidadianest book you ever
I think that's also something that is very important too. Lisa, as we approach the top of the second hour of the show, I just want to leave the folks with a better understanding of why it's important to be a writer of a book, not just like a blog, not just like a website, or not just like a video thing that you do on Instagram. A book to read in 2022. I know, but speak to the specificity of book.
Well, as you can see, I'm a book fan, right? So this is not like a
that's not Photoshop in the back there.
This is actual.
This is like books.
These are actual books that have things.
Yeah.
And
books she's read too. More than likely she's read all of them things.
Not
right?
all. Oh God.
Not all, meaning like about 4 or 5.
Have some that I never finish.
Right.
But yeah, a book is culturally in anywhere in the world you go, to have a book, it represents knowledge. It represents a kind of a permanence of knowledge that you can. This is not just something ephemeral that will pass away and you're done. A book is a thing you can hand to your children. A book is a thing that your mother could have given you and you could give your own children. And literally, I have a Bible that my grandmother had. You understand that I am now trying to restore because it's broken up and thing. But this thing, it come down. It's about 60 years old now, or more. And it literally, a book is a literal artifact that represents knowledge. It represents culture in a way. And even though we say that we don't read books, there's always a kind of respect for books.
Yeah. When the first thing to stop people from thinking too much, there's burn books.
They burn books.
They don't
First
take
thing
down
they do,
websites. They
burn books.
don't, they don't. I mean, they're doing that now, right?
They do
They
take down
shadow
websites,
they
but
shadow ban, and yeah, they're doing all kind of things. But
yeah.
the book is something that I think it's still a very important facet of Trinidad arts and culture, especially in this 2022 dialogue of how we see ourselves and how we create our mythology.
I want to say something.
Of course.
During the 1970 revolution, they was banning and seizing books, They was looking for guns and ammunition, yes, but they was also looking for books. Books like Frantz Fanon, books like Che Guevara, books like, you know what I'm saying? They was looking for books, and these are real important things that trigger revolutions. A book is a serious thing, it's not a light thing. So that's why I'm saying that as you pointed out, it's a big deal. And although I have written in I've written in all the media, honestly. I've written for television, I've written short films, I've written, advertisements for the radio, I've written songs, I wrote a song that's on a Rashoti family compilation CD. I've written all the things, but honestly, and I was a journalist for 20 odd years with the Express, the Newsday, and the Guardian. Not necessarily in that order.
Same.
Right? So
Jinx!
I've written all the things. I even had a blog, as I said, but honestly, the success of this book, so in case the people living under a rock, my most recent novel, I should say, The Bread the Devil Need, which does deal with domestic violence within Trinidad and Tobago, and looks at abuse of children. It looks at abuse of women in living in domestic relationships. It also looks at institutional kinds of abuse in terms of how Black people are treated institutionally in Trinidad and Tobago, because there's a lot of racism, and that is a kind of violence too.
It's true. It's true.
So all of these aspects of our contemporary society sort of encapsulated into this story, which is, a really fun read. And it's been shortlisted for an important literary award in the United Kingdom, where it was published, called the Women's Prize for Fiction. The prize will be announced on the 15th of June. So, light a candle for me, say a prayer.
Yes. Jar velocity.
Indeed. I accept all. And I'm very grateful, because it's got a lot of great attention. It's got a lot of positive attention. And one of the things that have people real buzzing is that the UK actor Naomi Harris, who was in Pirates of the Caribbean and who was Moneypenny in the last few James Bond films,
Man Who Fell to Earth. I'm binge watching that right now. It's not bad at all.
She was in Moonlight. She's good. She's our best actor. And when they say that she's going to be reading my excerpt in the virtual, I was like, who?
Yeah, no. Boy. That Naomi Harris.
Just to make sure, is that what we're talking about? I was like, no. Mind blown. And to tell you the truth, people more excited about that than me being shortlisted for the prize,
I'll say this though, as two little youth that grew up in Mova, Lower Mova government school. We passed for we school for ourselves. We didn't know nobody inside there. We use our latrine in the back of the house until the middle of the 80s. The fact of the matter is, we've come a really long way, and I'm really proud of you. I just want to say that on the record. Lisa Allen Agostini is somebody that we can all be very proud of, and I just want to thank you for, building this voice that you have that is so important right now. And hey, Arnold, that's right. Lower Mova, that's right. Big shout out to Mr. Ram.
Yeah.
You were instrumental in the lives of so many of our Mova youth. But I just wanna wrap this thing up, Lisa, by saying first of all, thanks for joining the live stream. I know you're my sister, and yes, the check will be cleared by now. So you kind of had to come in, but no, just kidding. But certainly, as we go along, we need to understand that the platform is not just sports. We're talking about things that affect Trinidad and Caribbean sport and how we see ourselves. And Lisa might be involved in a couple of the projects that we're talking about with athletes. Hint, hint, wink,
No,
wink.
but just tell them I say ghostwriter now. This is all
Lisa is my ghostwriter. Let's be real here. But you know, all this to say that this is just the first show. Nobody ain't paying me. Nobody can't tell me they're firing me either. Right? Except Renee, if Renee decides to go and pay for the stream up, the StreamYard Pro. But no, just kidding, just kidding. No, but seriously, we have a commitment every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Unfortunately, we can't be typing and sharing and sharing and sharing. The biggest audience that I do have is Instagram. I can't share on Instagram. So I'm counting on you guys to, one, stick around long enough for the view to count, so that it will look like if it have people in the room. And two, for people to see that, hey, yo, they're talking, they're chatting, and just have this on while they're playing whatever. So with that, Lisa, Stinger, Sherry, of course, Samuel over there in Guadeloupe. I just want to thank everyone for joining me. The Red Man will be around next time you're on the road somewhere, and seeing all kind of people messaging me all over the place. But folks, as we wrap it up here, thank you very much for joining us. I'm going to go hug up the Smoothzilla and Sexy Nerd Tech Support, Renee. So that's it from here. Thank you. Share it when you see it live on your platform. Thanks again. Bye, folks. Rep 868 all day, every day. That's what's up.
Cool.
As we practicing, we learning, we go again. Bye.
Cool. Bye.